In Assassin's Creed Shadows, you will be traversing through the lands and trying to figure out how to get to the next mission, find the next story, unlock special items, and things like that. There's tons and tons of stuff to get into when it comes to this game. And today we're going to dive into the map, navigating how to basically run everything, as well as the objective board, which is going to be clutch for you guys as we go forward. All right, let's get into it. Hope you guys are excited. So first thing I'm going to do is take you to the map. This won't be very spoiler-ish. I am at the end game for the most part, so you're going to see the full map. If that's something you don't want to see, feel free to go. And then we're going to see the objective board, but we're not going to be zooming in on too many different things. Okay, first things first, this map is huge and there's a lot of land. I have over 100 hours and I'm still not done with clearing some areas. Looking at you over here. And the truth is that the way they navigate on this game, you're going to have to use the objective board, right? Sometimes they'll send you on a mission that says, hey, it's in the northeast. You have to head over to Omi, northeast, and it's in the village Highlands. And so all of a sudden you want to head over here and do the mission. Okay, that is typically how a lot of the story missions and main missions will take place. So it's your job to kind of explore and find areas and get to where you need to go. But there's other ways, which you have your scouts who can scan the area and clear it for you. We have a video about the scouts and how to farm them and things like that. But this right here is just an example of what you have to do in order to stay in control and dominate for you just traversing. Now, on top of this, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of different things that's going to go on. All right, so you're going to feel kind of helpless and you don't know where to go. It says northeast, but you scanned and your scouts are not finding them. Sometimes just traveling towards them, unlocking the viewpoints, and then also interest points in the area will help you unlock exactly where a target or situation is meant to be played out in. But I personally love this feature right here. When I hit the legend button, I'm able to go into untracked missions right here. It's just find some dishes, nothing spoilerish, and I can travel to all the places. Oh, find some clan crest. Okay, that sounds easy. And then another one is talk to a specific character. All of these are pretty straightforward. They're easy. Go to them and then you're done. Same thing with unmarked targets. I pretty much took out all my targets, but that's a different question. Now, these are very important to take out early, right? So this is probably one of the biggest tips in here is there's these quest givers, and they're not just regular story ones. These are pretty much side quests. But if you really want to 100% the game and unlock specific things, there's these quest givers, and we're going to take a look at one in the objective board right here that I just unlocked. And it's telling me to retrieve paintings, right? I'm only going to get XP. It's not a big deal, but I'm sure there's probably a trophy. I haven't looked, but it's probably a trophy for me to do. And it's telling me to go into the castles and find paintings. Easy. Okay. So once again, hitting my quest givers and I'm headed there, and the reason you're doing this is because there's so many, and I mean so many people with a lot of this. If you wait until the end game, you're going to be doing this later when you could be doing it right away. I just unlocked this guy right now, right before I started this video, and I got 6 out of 10 right off rip. So maybe you could just do it organically and then unlock them. But a lot of them will have simple stuff like killing Iga. And I killed a lot of Iga, but I didn't unlock her until late. So now I have to get 100 of them for her. Okay, and there's endless quests like that they just send you on, kind of like a fetch quest to do something specific, and then you can go from there, killing off Ronins. I've killed off probably 100 Ronins already, and that is key. Okay, so that's number one. And then number two, within these charts, there are things like contracts where you can get resources fast. It's like literally 2 seconds. You kill off a couple bandits or something simple. Nothing too complicated. After you get them, you get the materials. Anomalies. I talked about this. Super key for the animus. Excuse me. For the animus. And then We're going to go down to important things like castles. There's always going to be a castle that you probably missed, like me. There's some castles I didn't really go in there to finish the castle off. I just went to get a fast travel spot. So I got it, but I'm still missing this amazing chest plus the rewards that you get for taking out all of the guys. Okay. So just know, the targeted loot is very easy to get. And you can get a great build or multiple builds as you go forward. And then, as I talked about in the other video, in my quick tips and tricks, you have these orange, which are skill points for all of them. They're pretty simple stuff, but some of them are really nice and you're going to love them depending on what type of player you are. And then from there, there's not much else that's a must do, but these things are valuable in their own ways and they can help you big time. One of the key ones I love, again, like I told you, the animus points here. This is key. You could just find them throughout the world as you travel and you're good to go. Super key. Now, I do want to spoil somewhat of the objective board of the first top area. You're not going to see no story stuff too heavily, but as you can see, it's pretty large and a lot of content in here. And as you unlock specific characters, they'll send you on these little simple quests that you can do, but there's plenty of stuff to happen. Same thing with below. There's the narratives, which I'm not going to go any lower than this, but in here you want to follow these, okay? And then when you click on them, it'll tell you a specific location and you're locked in for this. Again, this is the same system as we just saw with the map. I'm going to go to one, click on it, and then end up doing that objective and good to go for the remainder of this. All right, do all that. You're going to become the best possible player to go forward. Now, here's what I got to say that's probably like, for the people that are watching, like, what, he didn't tell me anything about what I'm struggling with. The struggle of traversal, the struggle of, like, it is an open world game. You paid for an open world game. You have to travel to these locations anywhere you want to go in the map, and you have to take your time. Here's a little pro tip and a little trick. You can go into your options, and this is going to ruin your trophy hunting, by the way, but it's doable right here. Guided exploration mode. I finished the game and then I turned this on. Okay, turning this on at the start before I even play the game would have made my life so much easier, because even through the fog you're able to see objectives and pretty much get there without hassle. Okay, so it's gonna make life so much easier in my opinion, and I don't recommend it if you just want to have an immersive experience, but if you're in it to win it and you just want to go, this is the number one thing to do, in my opinion, and that's going to change the game drastically. Okay, so navigating with this on, it just puts all the objectives in there, regardless if they're in the clouds or not. So that'll be the last tip. Should have probably put that in the beginning to make your life easier, but if you're watching this, man, you're showing love and support to me and what I do, and I appreciate it. I've been playing this game for 3 weeks before release and making a lot of guides. This was one specific because I know some people are going to have a hard time with navigating and going through the objectives and trying to figure all that out. It's not hard. It's just a matter of knowing a couple of little simple stuff that hopefully is helpful. So make sure you leave a like if it was, and drop a comment so we could chat. All right, see you in the comments. Peace.